It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Milton Glueck, along with Dr. Calvin Finch. Mark Peterson will be here momentarily. And the one thing Mark said...
He's lost, is he?
One thing Mark said when he called me was, do not let Calvin tell them where I am.
Oh.
Do not, because I think you have a history of
harassing him about...
that and maybe even... proclaiming him no longer with us.
Oh.
So there
Mark
he is.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we'll miss Mark.
Yeah.
Let's see if he hears us.
Hi.
All right. 210-308-8867. Or like so many folks, including all the people that were at David Rodriguez's presentation, you can come on by Milberger's. Lots of people today.
So did they wake them up, and...
Yeah,
Did they leave now? Or?
Yeah, they can leave now. They've woken them up, and then, but they said we had one person who attended the seminar who said that was the best sleep I've gotten in months. So that's nice.
We're teasing because David's
yeah, David does a great job, and I'm willing to bet David is still. He was through at 11:30. I'm willing to bet he is still. You can't hear it. What?
Yeah.
What?
No, I can't hear.
Oh, okay.
I jiggled the wire, and I.
All right, let's see.
Rumors of my demise have been
Yes.
greatly exaggerated.
How's that? Better?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Wonderfully.
210-308-8867. But yeah, I'm betting that David, who finished at 11:30, is still answering questions for people because that's what he does. He'll hang around. So anyway, you call us or come by 210-308-8867. So are you ready for observations from Milton, or do you want to talk about your presentation in Wilson County?
Well, yeah, it was the last butterfly and milkweed presentation of the spring, and it was sponsored by the Wilson County Master Gardeners, with a brand new Master Gardener chapter with you. Not very many members yet, but they're aggressively growing, and so we took them on the schedule. 41 people showed up for the class. Yeah, it was a great class. We distributed 75 containers of seeded milkweed, and filled. They were a little disappointed that they did not get more people than the New Braunfels class did. I think New Braunfels, what we end up with, 51 or something. But it was great, and they were interested. They were knowledgeable. And the Master Gardeners handled the registration and distribution of the plants for me. So
hang on, Ray.
And so it was a good program.
Good.
And next week we'll have an article in the Express News.
Oh, very good. About the
kind of like a preliminary discussion of what we learned this spring and what we're going to pursue for the summer and the fall.
Very good. No, it's going to be good. All right, so you can look for that in the Express News next Saturday. Next Wednesday, Saturday, right?
Yeah.
All right, 210-308-8867. Ray is on the line. Got a great question for Calvin, and I may have an answer for Ray. 210-308-8867. Ray, welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. What's going on?
Okay, so, man, the birds are nesting out there. I'm telling you, they're really active right now. They're hitting my feeder like there's no tomorrow. What I wanted to ask Dr. Finch was, what book would he recommend? I'm looking at identification books for birds on Amazon, and there's a whole host of them. I'm just wondering which one he feels is a really good book for somebody who needs to identify based off of what that bird looks like. Let me find a picture of it, that kind of thing.
Well, and I have a suggestion too, but go ahead, Calvin.
Well, I'm trying to think of. I've concentrated on the resource books for the butterflies and caterpillars so much that I do have a favorite, and it's the South. And it's got about 4 authors, but I can't remember what the name of it is. Do you remember, Mark?
Okay.
No, I just remembered the classic one is Peterson's.
How do you remember that?
But yours, your recommendation of the South is even better because it really focuses.
Well, you're right though. That guidebook, that Peterson guidebook, is something essential.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dr. Finch, I sent you an email, and so if you can respond to that email once you look at the name of that book.
That sounds good.
Did you send it to me or to Calvin directly?
No, I sent it to Calvin.
Okay, cool. That's all right.
Now, Milton has got another.
I've got a suggestion for you. Will you try an experiment, Ray?
Okay.
Can you take a picture of the bird at all, or no?
Oh no, I'm talking about multiple different kinds of birds.
Okay, that's okay.
They're very, very slight nuances between one or the other, and it's kind of like, well, that could be a lesser goldfinch, or could be, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Ray,
there's a whole bunch of birds.
I'm going to give you a homework assignment.
Uh-oh.
Just for grins, take a picture, and then, what kind of phone do you have? iPhone or Android? I think the Androids will do it too. You can kind of click on the picture and ask it like a Google Identify type thing, and see what it comes up with, and then you can check it out and compare. Like it'll give you a start to do stuff on the computer too. So just for grins.
That would be kind of hard to do because when they're at the feeder, there's probably 10 birds, and
okay.
It wouldn't be just one that it would be multiple birds in the shot. So that would work if it was just one bird, but it's.
But you can crop the other birds out.
Well, it's interesting if you're feeding the birds or providing water for the birds. I talked about 15 or 16 different species that you would see in a typical day if you had a bird bath. And I made a point of listing the birds that I saw in a week, and I think I've hit 50.
Wow!
And so I don't think that's unusual in a neighborhood in the Central Texas, South Texas area.
Yeah, that's great.
It's an amazing place for bird watching and for butterflies. But 50 species, and if you're feeding like you are, or some of the warblers and the species, the insect-eating species, then they do get difficult to identify sometimes. So
what I'm going to do, I'm going to try. So that's your homework assignment. Just try if you get a chance, and if you don't, you're not being graded. So it's just see what happens. I'm curious. I'm going to try it too because I like that idea.
Ray, don't let Milton bully you.
Yeah.
I'm not bullying.
I already graduated from college, so I don't want to go back to school.
Okay, I'm going to try it, Ray. We don't have very many birds in our yard, but I'll try.
He's fascinated by that. But Milton's not alone.
But I've used it with plants.
Yeah.
And then you just click on a plant, and it's pretty accurate. It can be, in terms of identification, or at least it gets you started. But anyway.
Well, it's much more improved. 15 years ago.
Oh no, you did. Yeah, I don't think you had the identification thing on your phone. But I'm going to try it too, Ray. So, all righty. Let's see. There was something else I was going to ask you too, but I've forgotten it now. All right.
Okay.
Well,
let me verify
you got to deal with him pretty quickly, or he forgets a lot.
What's that? You verify
Calvin,
what now?
the email that I had that I sent it to is calvinrfinch@gmail. Is that still?
Yeah, gmail.com. Yep.
Yeah, calvinrfinch@gmail.
Yep.
.com. Yeah. Okay, that's where I sent
right.
it. So. I'm looking at Amazon. There's like 5 books on birds of Texas, and I'm like, okay.
Well,
usually you pay the most, you get the better book, but that's not always true. So I don't want to play hit and miss.
So the one I think, Calvin, that you mentioned that I like as well is of the South, Birds of the South, and it has 4 different authors.
Oh.
And I can't remember the authors either, but
Yeah.
I do remember 4.
Okay.
And that's got The thing about that is it's got some information about the species that are attracted to, that are insect eaters, and also about nesting characteristics and all kinds of different information.
I remember what I was going to do, Ray. Do you have another second?
Yeah,
sure. We're gonna test Calvin. Okay, so what do you put in your feeder?
My feeder?
No, Ray.
I buy the wild bird seed that you can get at HEB. It attracts just about any seed-eating bird. Although I've been at this house for 7 years and I have been trying to get cardinals, I can see them very seldom. They would fly through my yard. They would never stop off. Now this year, for the first time, I've got 2 sets of cardinals that are hitting that feeder like crazy. So they're getting ready to nest, and they keep flying towards the same tree. So I'm thinking that's where they're probably going to work on building.
I bet you're right. Okay, so what color is the bird? Just pick one of the birds.
What color is the bird? Well, some of them are multicolor.
Oh, okay. So what colors are the birds?
Okay, brown and yellow.
Brown and yellow, big or small?
Small.
Small. Calvin, you want to just take a guess for fun, and we'll find out? I mean, you're not getting much info on here. Do you have any other questions that would help you identify it?
No. Oh, no. I think it's the best route for him is to go through the book. But it's if you want.
He's chicken.
Do the
another bird.
You know, in my bird feeders, I do the seed, several different kinds of seed, but it's mostly pepper flavored to discourage the squirrels, and then I do suet. That's pepper flavored for the insect eater.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if you said something like suet, you might be able to eliminate birds that it's doing. But okay. Well, Calvin's not going to guess. No one wants homework.
I tell you, this was the first time today that, I mean, in this area, there's very few trees because it's a fairly new neighborhood, and there's a lot of green belt. But I chased a squirrel away that was just kind of checking out everybody's backyard about, I'd say, 2-3 weeks ago. And I'll be darned if, I've got one of these baskets or nets that you hang from your bird feeder, and so it will catch seed that the birds normally would pitch out on the ground.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and it works really well until today. I found the squirrel in the netting, in the basket, just having fun,
Yeah, I'm sure he feels that's very convenient for him.
Yeah, it's his plate, I guess. So I took the basket off.
I like some of the seed to fall on the ground because you have the doves, you have the ground, the towhees, and you have the thrashers.
The thing is that I've got right underneath the bird feeder is a flower garden that I've got, and so it's a circle flower garden with stone all around it and everything. So the what would you call it? The hanger is in the middle of that garden, and so when that bird seed falls in there, you get all kinds of stuff coming up from the seed itself, and this kind of slows that down to where I don't have to bend down so often and pull stuff up. The basket will catch it and the birds will get it, and so less of it sprouts.
That's good. That's a good solution then for that.
Well, it was good up until today when I saw the squirrel in there. So I'm going to take the basket off. I don't see how that squirrel's going to get into this bird feeder the way it's designed. Like it's not a tray at the bottom that he can feed off of. It's these little holes.
Don't underestimate the skills and the persistence of the squirrels.
I know it. He's probably going to figure out how to knock the darn thing off the hanger.
Even those weight-sensitive perches and things, they are just amazing.
Yeah, they're determined.
Oh, and then they get mad and
and they destroy
shake
stuff.
Them, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully,
well, thanks, Ray. Tell us what you finally do. Okay.
Sounds good, Ray. Thanks.
And I'm going to try to take a picture.
I'll look for the information.
Yeah, right, you might want to do a search on Amazon and just look at these books, and maybe it's one that you've read in the past and you might think would be good as well. I mean, I'd like recommend all the recommendations that you can give me, and I'll kind of research them as you list them for me or whatever.
All right.
Okay. And
Thank you.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you.
You take care.
Alrighty.
210-308-8867. Yeah, tell us if you do run to Amazon. Tell us which ones you find and which ones you like.
Well, I kind of think I'll retreat to those two, Peterson and the four author book.
I think it's Tori Peterson.
Oh, okay. I can look for it real quick.
What, Peter?
Yeah, I think his first name was weird. It was Tori. Sorry for all you Tories out there.
All right. Well, and I will tell you that I picked up this great book, brand new book called
Doesn't look
Bird
brand
Watching
new.
in the Americas. Oh, I think it's new, by Doug Heinzelman. Have you ever heard Doug?
No.
Donald. I'm sorry, Donald. Yeah. It's a
Is that
manual
from
for bird watching.
1960?
I'm thinking 42.
No,
Looks like
1979.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though. Look, where is South Georgia? Is South Georgia where there are penguins? Is that
South Georgia is in Antarctica.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
I mean, down in that.
South of the Falklands.
So they're not. These aren't southern U.S.
No.
Okay, that's a shame. Oh, see the penguins?
There are no penguins in Savannah or Valdosta.
Not anymore. Okay, hawk watching. That's the chapter I'm on now. So this is fun. It's fun to go back and see the stuff. But yeah, I picked this up. I thought, oh, this is cool. I should bring it. You want to thumb through it and see what you find?
Yeah.
All right, 210-308-8867. Well, let's take it back then. 210-308-8867.
David almost made it up to us.
Oh, did he? Without a question? Yeah. So let's see what else. Well, I don't want to give. Let's see. I don't want to give my observations just yet because we need lots of time on that. So if you have a gardening question, you call us at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. I think David's going to come up here and talk with us. So let's see what we got.
We stalling for David?
Yeah, we're stalling for David.
Okay.
You coming up and talking to us for a sec?
Hurry up.
Oh.
What'd
you say, David?
Smell and see if he's got any Irish whiskey.
I'm not going to smell
I think he's
him.
okay.
Buenos dias.
Oh, that's right.
Buenos
You don't
dias.
drink anymore.
Well,
do you?
I drink.
I heard. I saw all the crowd at your thing, and so I walked by.
Yeah, good crowd.
Your presentation.
We're focusing on little bit landscape basics, Mother's Day gift ideas,
good idea.
considerations. Besides the traditional floral types like the beautiful orchids that Milberger's has, and all those nice houseplants and other bougainvilleas and more. We're left, right, everywhere today, so it was all good.
Yay! So what
Good,
kind of questions? Tell us the topic for those who didn't know.
It was Mother's Day plant consideration,
Right.
seasonal color, and then
Seasonal color.
water conservation
Tips. So-
now and into the summer.
So what
Start
kind of
getting
questions
people
did
ready.
you get? Yeah, sure. Well, you think we're going to have a dry summer?
Yeah, this week it's going
Yeah.
to be pretty dry.
In
100
hot.
What?
And hot.
So
100 degrees?
Yeah.
So I
I
told
would-
everybody, get excited, water real good, wash your car, put your rain gauge
That's
out,
exactly right. Yeah.
get worried, and then usually the rain comes back, doesn't it?
Well, if you leave your windows open. That's
Yeah.
that's what I usually do.
So
You got some
It's a-
rain today? There's a chance of rain today? Okay. What's the chance, Trace?
20%.
Yeah, okay.
But
After 6.
I compliment Mary. She always gets my area set up, and,
Yeah.
and Trace and the staff. They do such a wonderful job. The inventory here looks good, and a lot of pretty color. And it's always good to see people filling up their carts and shopping. It's good.
Yeah, it's real busy.
Always a good
It's
feeling.
nice.
We talk about citrus. We talk about a little bit of
okay,
everything. Everything.
Good deal. man.
Anything that looks pretty can be a Mother's Day gift, right, Trace?
Yeah, I agree.
And even if she doesn't like it, she's gonna still hug you and kiss you, right, Trace?
Aw. Thanks, David. All right, so let's see. I don't know if we know when the next one's going to be or what it's going to be on. Do we yet?
Nah, I don't.
That's okay. They're working on it.
I know today's Saturday.
Yeah, that's good. All right.
Tomorrow, I think Sunday, right?
And
Yes,
take
it is.
take a chance.
Generally, it comes after that.
Yeah.
Take a second to promote kind of what's going on with the Master Gardeners and the Extension Service.
Good question. Normally we do a fall Master Gardener Intern Extension Volunteer training.
Mm-hmm.
We have been given notice, and we'll find out more this coming Monday, that at the end of September, the Cherry Street office will be closing that down. I'm not 100% sure if we'll be moving into our new facility, if it's going to be ready, the urban farm off of Walters and 35.
Oh, wow, okay.
So we've been working on this for 8 years. 8 years, 9 years, going on 9 years. And our goal is to have the premier extension urban farm in the nation.
Cool.
10 acres. We're looking at 5 more acres out there. A huge classroom. It's very hard to find classrooms that do big things. And we're going to do everything as backyard gardeners like to do, from Molly Keck with the bees, backyard chicken, poultry, Texas Superstar, try to plant every variety out there, including water lilies, cut flowers, doing some vegetable production, demonstration trials, and much more. So this is very exciting.
Okay, good.
This is very exciting. But you learn what patience is about after a while, but it's happening.
Yeah, good.
It's happening.
Thank you, sir. Anything else you need to bring up?
No, that's especially challenging because of your age, too.
God bless you.
I hear you might be at Festival of Flowers.
May 31, down the road, we'll be doing San Antonio Festival of Flowers. I think I do a presentation at 10, I believe.
I think so.
I don't remember the talk, but I'll be there. So a lot of good things happening there. So lots happening. May's a busy month.
Yeah.
So I didn't answer your question about the intern class.
About the what?
Intern class.
Oh, okay.
We're not sure. We're trying to find a facility to host it more central to east, close to the facility. So I don't want to say we're not going to do one. I'm going to try to have something figured out by June 1st at the latest.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll do it in the spring.
And David will be speaking on guidelines on conserving water and having a beautiful low-input landscape.
Kind of like what we did today, but we did more gift idea.
Cool.
You don't. You want to do it. Where do you want to do it? On the east side?
More central to east, closer to the farm. Because if we get into that classroom, we can. Yeah. It's hard to, but that way we can pivot fast if we need to.
Yeah. Well, one option you would have, but it's over in the medical center, is the new Education Resource Center.
Okay, I'll send you an email. Maybe you can make some.
Well, just
as an option. We're
otherwise known as Dip something.
Maybe if it's a temporary
Tipsy.
thing.
Is it the Tipsy place?
No. What I was going to say is there's the.
Mark is giving classes there.
St. Philip's.
Mark, I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea.
Or
we'll send some emails.
So here, y'all keep talking. We'll take a quick break. Y'all keep talking. All right, take a quick break. Be back in a moment. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. More of Milberger's Gardening South Texas coming up here. Okay, on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milton's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. I mentioned that David is going to be speaking at the Festival of Flowers. He said May 31st. So let me tell you real quick about what's going on. If you're aware of Festival of Flowers, you know it is the premier gardening event in San Antonio. It's at the Alzafar this year, and it is absolutely wonderful. There's the plant exchange. That's Saturday the 31st. There's the plant exchange. There are seminars throughout the day. There's organic roundtable. There are going to be kids gardening zones, exhibitors who focus on plants. Like you'll see some of the nonprofits there that are, that we talk about here, like we talked about David with Master Gardeners. But you'll probably see the orchid people or some of the other folks.
You might even see some radio shows.
You might. It's looking good that we're going to be there.
Great.
And so it's the 25th annual, so you don't last 25 years unless you're doing something right. And people love the Festival of Flowers. I like it. One of the reasons I like it is for all the exhibitors and stuff like that. But is that you see people that you only see once a year, and you see them at Festival of Flowers. So you see your fellow gardeners, and people will give you advice, and it's just plain fun. It's at the Shrine Auditorium, which is 901 North Loop 1604 West, between Snowdunk Parkway and Blanco Road.
Plenty of free parking.
Plenty of free parking. It's actually all free parking. It's $10 adult admission, and children 10 and under are free.
Did you get it right this time?
And it's co-hosted, yes, I did, by San Antonio Water System. In fact, they're going to be giving away plants while they last as it opens. So you want to get there for that, too. So lots of fun. It's a great event. And you can find out more at festivaloflowerssanantonio.com. That's festivaloflowerssanantonio.com. All right, 210-308-8867. 210-308. What? Oh, the dog? Okay, 210-308-8867. So the book, I Googled it. I got Peterson Field Guide to Birds by Roger Torrey Peterson.
Roger.
That's it.
Oh, see, I missed the first part.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
I've got the Kaufman Field Guide to Birds of North America.
That's it, yeah.
That a good one?
Are there co-authors on that one?
This just says somebody, I can't read it, but Dean Kaufman maybe. And the Sibley Birds.
That's a good one.
David Allen Sibley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's another classic one.
How about Gary Clark and Birds of Texas Birds, Book of Texas Birds?
How many authors on that one? Just Gary?
I just see Gary. Do you know Gary?
That was ringing a bell, but
yeah. I'll check.
Keep looking.
Birds of Texas Field Guide. I have that by Stan Tequila.
I would not.
I get the
say don't concentrate on the Texas birds because there's so many environments in Texas, and there's so much motion of the birds, and that's one of the really desirable situations. You want to be able to have a wide range.
You know it here at Milberger's.
Yes.
Because I bought these for Christmas gifts. We have the laminated birds of Texas and flowers of Texas, spiders of Texas, and snakes of Texas, all laminated on a fold-out, right by the cash register.
Okay, very cool.
Very nice. And they're very useful.
All right. Yeah, 210-308. And was it appreciated as a gift?
Yes, it was.
Good. So there's another gift idea for Mom. 210-308-8867. We want to hear your gardening questions. You can come on by. I think somebody else helped him. One of the staff did, but there was a guy who kept looking at his phone and looking at us, so I don't know if I see him anymore. But
there's several people I recognize here at the store today.
Very cool.
That's good. The manager, I suppose.
No. Some customers. They're repeat customers, and so we're here, every Saturday and Sunday. So after a while, you get to recognize some of the people out here on the customers.
So, do you want to hear observations from Milton's garden?
Yes, why not? As a tease later on, I want to talk about the new Saws conservation department program.
Okay.
And then we got the article in the Express News about the vegetable gardening, too. So we got lots of things to talk about.
Okay. So here are my observations. Observation 1. Vitex makes me look like a gardening genius. I've done nothing to really help it. And it's not quite as tall as that one, but it's gorgeous. I mean, it's all in bloom. It's big purple fireworks, and I did nothing.
There's no seedlings.
Seedlings?
One of the questions is whether the Vitex is a one that spreads.
I don't see any seedlings.
Yeah, well, see, we for years didn't see any.
Oh, okay. Well, now I don't see any yet.
And what do you?
In certain areas, the East Texas is when they're worried about it a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Along with tallow and Chinese pistache, but we've had escaped Chinese pistache around here.
And the deer don't eat it.
Yeah, that's it. That's
thing. That's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's the nectar. The pollinators like it.
Yeah, so it's a great tree.
Mm-hmm.
We're just keeping an eye on how invasive it is.
Okay.
Some people more conservative. The native plants, they say no.
Oh, okay.
But,
it's not a native?
No, don't plant it.
Oh, it is a native, but don't plant it. Okay.
No, it's not a native.
Oh.
It's not native. The native plant people
say don't plant it.
Don't plant it.
I got you. Okay.
For various reasons.
Okay. But I sure like mine. I didn't know that. All right. And 2, pentas are tough plants. Woof. So, I planted all the pentas. We bought like a, what do you call them?
A tray, a flat?
Yeah, flat. And I planted some in the front yard, and then we had some other ones that I put aside, but I forgot about them. So all of a sudden I found them again. They were all crinkly. They were dry. They looked horrible. But I decided.
Don't you hate that when those plants need water?
Yes. So I planted those, and within 2 days, they were back up and perky, and and now getting ready to bloom again. It's like, wow.
And then
so that's observation 2.
And then add that to your observation about their interesting characteristics concerning the sun and the shade. How tolerant they are of that. They can take that blast of afternoon sun for 2 or 3 hours and still bloom every single day.
And I'll tell you how I do on the other ones I had.
Look at this, guys. There's a Mother's Day gift.
Oh yeah, is that a Phalaenopsis? I had some that were in full sun, and they were not happy.
No, they don't.
So they don't want that. Yeah,
sun.
so I went ahead and I moved those to that one bed where they're doing really well. So they're going to look pretty. So that's observation 2. Was there another observation? Oh, observation 3. I know why Paul Cox liked porterweed. It's great. I gotta find a place to plant it in the ground.
Do you have the blue or the red or
I have
both?
the one we had here, the purple-ish.
Yeah.
And I was really upset because I came out in the morning and I think it was the morning, or when I got home, and it had gone from full of blooms to no blooms. It was like, what? Oh man, something's wrong. What did I do? No, I think it was in the morning, and then I came back home and it was full of blooms.
Yeah, they respond pretty quickly.
Yeah,
they will lose their blooms if you let them dry out too much.
Okay.
But you're right. They'll be back in 2 days. They'll be back if you refresh them.
Where should I plant that bad boy?
Full sun.
I know full sun, but like.
Well,
do I give it lots
the
of
best
room?
place.
Yeah.
If you got a patio that like you sit at the dining room table or at the kitchen table. Because the pollinators that are attracted, the butterflies, the hummingbirds, the bees, they're generally just covered with pollinators.
I have the perfect place for you, Milton.
Where?
My backyard.
Yeah.
No, I've been asked not to go in that neighborhood anymore.
Okay.
Oh, whoops.
Right.
Oh, sorry, I've said too much. I might do that. I might kind of do like where we have the Sinisa and some other stuff because there's lots of sun. And okay. I think that's. I may have another observation, but I'll get to it later. Oh, my fourth and final observation is zucchini is fun to grow. I'm loving it. We've picked 3 zucchinis now off this thing. They look like H-E-B would be proud to have them.
You like them better than the cucumbers?
I'm not getting any cucumbers. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
So is it just fun to say, or is it fun to pick?
It's fun to pick and say.
Okay.
How about eating?
Oh, yeah, it was good. We sautéed it. We cut it up and sautéed it in butter. And so, yeah.
As long as you brought that out, let's see if any of our listeners have planted the calabaza.
Oh, yeah.
Because that should be starting to produce, too.
Yeah, is it too late if I have seeds to try to grow it from seed?
Not really.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm going to try.
But you're pressing it.
Yeah, but I'm going to try. I've got tons of seed. All right. I think that's what I have seed of. All right. 210-308-8867. Trace is on the porch with us. What's going on, Trace?
Well, it's a beautiful day.
How about this crowd today?
It's fabulous.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely great. David did a good job. The customers are happy.
Not overpowering, but there's plenty of people.
Yeah, and rumor has it there's a big Mother's Day sale going on.
There is.
Man, there is lots of stuff on sale.
30-something items.
Yep. Ooh, pine bark mulch. Mom would love that. Wow, it's a great deal, though. 3 for $12, normally $6.99.
What is that?
The mulch, pine bark mulch.
Oh. That is my favorite.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aromatic.
So you guys
lasts
would pick mulch instead of
Phalaenopsis
orchids and
no, just for me.
Yeah.
It is my favorite.
Would Mom like a fig tree?
If she's got room.
25% off. Yeah.
Hell, they certainly are productive, and what a tasty fruit, and easy to grow.
Yeah. What else, Trace? Ooh, Osmocote's on sale.
Yeah, both varieties.
Yep. What is the other variety? Oh, there it is.
14, 14, 14.
And that's for fruits and veggies?
Yep.
Okay. Very, very cool. Trace, tell us something good, man. What else is going on?
Peter got that houseplant order in.
That's right. He was bragging about it.
There's all kinds of interesting things in that greenhouse that I have not seen before.
Ooh.
I always find it fun when I don't know what it is and I actually have to Google it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been having to do that in the greenhouse and a couple plants outside.
How do you Google it?
Hey Siri, show me images of.
Oh, I thought
Or
maybe
if I don't know if I see a name.
Yeah, if you see the name, can you do it? We were telling Ray, one of our listeners, I was telling him he wanted to identify birds. I was just telling him to take a picture with his phone and ask to Google to identify.
So in the greenhouse, I just I say that whatever name he's got on the pot, because most of them he does have the name on the pot.
Oh, okay.
And then I do the read about.
Yeah. Yes, Calvin. And then we got to go.
Well,
to
I was gonna when you guys finish that list, then another list that is popular for Mother's Day presents is the monarch butterfly and pollinator plants, nectar sources.
Hey, you know this guy?
Yes,
right.
we do, unfortunately.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But, the milkweed, the mist flower.
Okay, you need to talk into the mic. Thank you.
And I'm looking around. Oh, of course, all the lantanas that are in bloom, too. I was just looking at that. One of the customers went by with a full wagon full of all of the
split leaf.
Yeah,
that's on sale. Split leaf.
It kind of scared me a little bit because
that's not exactly a butterfly plant, but it was part of her package. She had a lot of other ones. She had the milkweed and had the let's see. Of course, there's zinnias, a ton of zinnias, and some new transplants of the Dream Hill, the Dreamland.
Dreamland, yes.
The Dreamland zinnias, and they look good.
Right.
Plant them about. You can give them. Actually, could give them 18 inches or 2 feet. They'll fill that space up. And they're an all-star pollinator attractor too.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. While we do, you give us a call, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. If you want some ideas, you go to the website, millburgernursery.com, Texas mountain laurels, knockout roses, hybrid roses, asparagus fern, hanging baskets. You'll see them all there at millburgernursery.com. Back in a moment on 9:30 a.m., The Answer. And welcome back to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m., The Answer. If you drive by Prusky's today, you're going to see a sign that says, Mom called. She said, bring home steaks. If you're looking for a gift idea for Mom, too, that's more food-oriented, maybe you're going to cook her a meal, maybe you're going to grill something up, you need to head on over today to Prusky's Market on Highway 87, 10140 Highway 87. You'll have so much fun. It's a great place, outstanding service. I was talking to them about the boudin. They have some cool bacon there. They have the Yanta Ranch's beef, which is an all-natural beef that is, it's no antibiotics, no growth hormones, just good old-fashioned beef. And you can ask them about it there. But, gosh, outstanding poultry. And I should have picked something up on the poultry. I forgot about it. But they've got the pinwheels, which are fun. So there's all kinds of things.
How do you prepare the pinwheels?
How do you prepare the pinwheels?
Are they cooked already? Or?
No. You just heat and eat. But they're already wrapped. It's the stuff that's peppers. And they have a hot one that has jalapenos. They have one that's just the normal green pepper.
But it's what kind of meat is it?
It's beef.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know what kind of...
Like a hamburger beef? Or?
No. Like a skirt steak type thing wrapped around. Yeah, but it's really good. I'll have to ask Edmund what that is. Maybe it's like a little tenderloin or something. But whatever you wrap... He's got the shish kebabs. He's got the all kinds of stuff there. And lots of fun, too. And it's super helpful, people. And a butcher shop where you still get outstanding service. That's the fun part, too, is somebody comes up and asks you, how can they help you today? Wow. All right. Prusky's Market, Highway 87 between 1604 and 410. Go on out there and have a lot of fun today. Get Mom something to treat her with for Mother's Day. All right. And it's PruskysMeatMarket.com. It's PruskysMeatMarket.com.
Thank you.
All right. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. The number to call to be a part of today's show. Lots of activity out here. Yeah. Okay. You were going to talk about your article a little bit.
Yeah, we brought up it's kind of a key vegetable situation right now. We're kind of at the end of the tomatoes.
Yeah.
Planting new tomatoes, but we're in the middle of taking care of tomatoes and harvesting. If you got Ruby Crush, you're probably enjoying them and harvesting them. If you got the Tycoons and you've got our 1848s, the rodeo tomato. What is it?
8148.
8148. Yeah, it's an 8 on each end.
They're probably they're about only a couple weeks from being.
Yeah, I got some big tomatoes on there. We're going to do some netting. I'm worried they'll be lost.
And celebrities are getting close.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Billy, we need a report on your tomatoes.
But they need, it's probably a time to give them a little fertilizer if you haven't. And then the other thing, if you're growing them in a container, that the Osmocote that Trace talked about that's on sale is excellent. Mm-hmm. Or,
You made my wife a believer in that.
Oh, is that right?
I love it, too. It's just, and we talk about it being slow release, but I always seem to get a quick response.
It's so okay. So I'm going to say this, but I'm not sure I'm right. It's so easy. You just sprinkle it over the top, and you're done.
You're done.
That's right.
Now, but I do know that y'all talk about sometimes mixing it in with the soil.
Well, that probably makes it a little more efficient, but it's not absolutely necessary. For years, we just put it on top of the soil.
Put it on top. Yeah, that's fun. But you must remember what, Milton?
Water.
Water.
There
you go.
Okay. Okay, keep going. I interrupted you.
And then the other thing is this is a prime time for the peppers are starting to produce. Of course, the banana peppers are. I've been harvesting banana peppers.
The bells
jalapenos,
should be. The bells should be getting ready to finish
and
up.
plus, it's still a good time to plant them because of the.
So, as I look over to you,
my beans are not doing anything.
Oh, my beans have gone crazy.
Yes.
Well, they've grown, but they're not. There's no beans. My wife tells me every day.
I'll have to bring you some beans. You can just tape them on there.
Yeah, right.
And are you looking every night?
Yes.
Are you collecting every night? Like
every morning I pick them.
Oh, okay. Every morning. Yeah.
We are now close to about 2 dozen.
There you go. No, it's good. What I was looking over, you said generally on peppers, we usually do the hotter peppers about this time for summer production.
But
that's kind of a lead-in. A leading question is, we were going to get some serranos theoretically. Are we still?
Well, it was theoretical last week, and then no.
Not yet.
They didn't ship anything.
Oh.
Any peppers.
Really?
They keep showing them on the availability. I got nothing.
Did you check?
No, I didn't, but that was a lead-in later on.
Okay.
I'll make a cruise during 1 o'clock hour
we'll
come back.
We'll do it maybe at the top of the hour. Yeah, because
I was running late.
You were fighting traffic.
Another thing we talk
That's
about
not what
in the
Calvin
article
said you were
is
doing,
the
by the way.
Oscar okra, and I say check with your favorite nursery. They may have that Oscar seed, but all of the okra seed will work, but and they got transplants.
So I'm the only one with transplants.
Yeah.
And I just bought the last 5 flats this
I was going to say, we have transplants here. We have Oscar and Carolina hairless.
Wow. That's
so here, at least we did 3 or 4 weeks ago.
There's still 3 flats of Oscar.
Oh. I like the Oscar the best. Part of it is that you don't need a step ladder to get to the top.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that you got a longer period when you can harvest it, and it's still tasty and pliable. You can chew it if you got old teeth like some of us do. But So look if you get a chance, look for the Oscar. And then the other thing is, do we got eggplants yet?
I think I had, but I don't think I have at the moment.
Yeah. So
you did last week. You had some, and
I
then
saw some guy walking around with a couple this morning. So that might have been the last of them.
So to go back to your.
But Mark is going to do his job here in a little bit, and we'll know for a fact.
Yes, he is going to do that. And you mentioned it in the article, eggplant, and the two ones we like, black
Ichabod and
Ichiban.
Yeah, and Ichiban. That's my favorite.
I don't say Ichiban because my Westies get the itches, and I don't want to contribute to any of their itchiness.
So Black Beauty and Ichiban, and I like the Ichiban.
Yeah,
and the reason is
easier.
Yeah, it stays small, thin. It's easier to cook and use. That's just me. I'm just lazy.
Well, it's an amazing how many recipes make use of eggplant too, and it's an attractive plant. If you like gardening in containers, it's certainly your Osmocote. That's another one that really works well with Osmocote. So look for that. And then I also mentioned the beans, but I was telling folks, Trace, if you want to try something a little different, the southern peas, and treat them just like green beans. Don't let them make the pod, but don't have that definition of the seed in there. So you're harvesting them and using them just like green beans, and this heat won't bother them.
No.
But
I did see a problem in your analysis.
Ooh, here we go.
You need someone to shell the peas when they're ready to go.
No, well,
no.
He wants to eat them before they get to that stage. That way he doesn't have to shell.
Okay.
Yeah, because I learned my lesson on shell and peas. I thought, I had to drive between San Antonio and College Station. I said, well, I'll just take the peas and I'll shell them the whole way. I got about a pint done out of the whole thing. So it's shelling peas is serious.
I'm more concerned about the people that were on the road with you.
And that's why 21 is always considered a dangerous highway.
But try that, and they're
lousy pea
tasty.
picker. Look at them drive.
And they will prosper in the 100-degree heat, and they do a good job of covering the landscape. So if you have help keep the weeds out, and boy, they can produce a lot of vegetables.
Yes, that is a star benefit of them.
And we had southern pea seeds in
the rack. Yes, we did.
Yeah. Well, what are some varieties we got? Black.
And a purple something.
Purple, and there's 4 or 5 different selections that work well. So just get what you can find. You can get them on the nursery. Get them at the nursery, like here at Milberger's, or get them from your another gardener who's grown them before, because the seeds last for a long time.
Green beans and southern peas are the great kids of plants. They're usually very predictable, and they germinate rapidly and produce rapidly. Those are good kids.
Okay.
Good garden ranch. Now in the children's garden they use different plants which are even faster. But
what about like black-eyed peas?
Yes,
yeah, that's the same thing as southern peas, or
yes.
different?
Yes,
it's one of the selections.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, and Trace, did you hear me bragging about my zucchini?
I walked into something about you're on your 4th or 5th zucchini.
Well, coming up on the 4th. But yeah, I got the transplant here, and it's doing great. It's happy as can be.
Even you can be successful.
I know, but you got to start here.
Yes.
At Milberger's. All right, we got about 2 minutes before we have to get caught up with the news. What do you want to, Trace? Anything that you want to bring up? Mother's Day ideas, things like that?
So we talked about mothers all coming in and being careful for watching where they're stepping and all that. And so everybody has a mother.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or had a
they're-
mother.
well, had or have, yeah. So we're expecting a lot of them to come in. So bring your mom, or if you're the mom, bring your kid, and let's help you get a happy Mother's Day tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Our phone number, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. You want to break early to go do your rounds?
Yeah,
You
we're
can-
going to do that. I'll do that right now.
Okay, cool.
Hey, you know what we haven't mentioned, Trace, is those caladiums over there. They're pretty spectacular.
Those are nice. But did you walk the tables over there? Because the tables over there have new varieties that haven't been out before.
They got any sun tolerance, or are they all?
Some of them are sun tolerant, yes.
And,
I know there was some Miss Muffet over there and some of the strap leaf reds, but there was some new varieties that I had to Google the variety to see what color the leaf was going to be, and there's some pretty ones.
well, and that's really neat if you've got a tough area in the shade that you always have trouble finding a plant to fit. If you got some new selections here to try caladiums and see if those work.
Yeah.
So that big pot was a Mother's Day gift this morning.
Oh, that's a good
Customers
idea.
Came in. My mother has a shaded area, and she doesn't like to go outside. She wants to see it from her window, and it needs to bloom. I said, well, how about a colorful leaf? So she bought
And
that.
boy, these are colorful.
Hey, we got to take a quick break. Back in a moment after the news, 210-308-8867. You're listening to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas. I'm Milton Glueck, and this is 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
We're back with Millburgers Gardening, South Texas, live from Millburgers Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome back to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Our phone number, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Or come on by Millburgers at 1604 on Bulverde Road. Come visit with us. And Mark is scoping out everything, and we will find out what he finds in just a moment. But the vegetables, the herbs, new things like that, that's his kind of one of the things he does each week. So we'll have to see what we got over here. Anyway, 210-308-8867. All right, what else can we bring up here? What should gardeners be doing now? Oops, sorry, I had to turn you down when you were yelling at the... There we go. Go ahead.
Okay, we've got the now the butterfly, the monarchs. We probably won't see any more of them. I think they're on their way north of us, but we want to think about them coming back. They'll be coming back in September and October. So get your nectar plants in place, your lantanas, and that's one of the neat things that's growing here. There's about 6 different colors in full bloom, and so that's good. Ball bean, lots of deer-proof plants. So that and all the we start seeing the hot weather semi-tropical plants too. I'm sure David concentrated on talking about those in his class today too, like poinciana and what's our yellow bloom the lantanas, of course, and
Esperanza.
yes, Esperanza, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
Esperanzas are great.
yeah, they're
Tough, too.
They're starting to bloom now
Oh, that's good.
out in the landscape, and then they're also it's a good time to plant them. Now, one of the things, Mark brings this up, this is not prime tree planting time, but if you pick the right species, the recommended species, and you have access to water, You put a mulch over the root system. You protect that trunk from the string mowers and the deer. You'll have almost 100% survival if you keep them watered, even when it's dry, as long as you're watching. But you do have to kind of set a schedule. Like Mark has a pretty complex schedule because I've seen several trees in our neighborhood that did not survive. We kind of let them get behind in the watering of bur oaks.
Yeah.
A couple of bur oaks that were newly planted a year ago.
Well, my initial attempt was trying to take all the science together and simplify it, and that's where the 3-2-1 came from, method of establishment of newly planted trees and shrubs. And then, it's still kind of complicated. So reduce it down to a time frame where you're watering a tree at least twice a week.
Okay.
For 18 to 24 months, when necessary. Wow. When necessary, during the growing season.
Yeah, because especially with the drought situation we're in now, and our thin soil, there's a lot of areas in the San Antonio area and around Central Texas that do not have a huge soil reservoir for any storage.
Yeah, and so that's what it's minimal. Now, if you remember 3-2-1, it was 3 times a week for the first month, 2 times a week the second month, 1 time a week for the last month, and then twice a month for the next 12 months.
I like that formula, that twice a month.
But it's sometimes hard for people to always remember, and so sometimes they can remember twice a week. Tuesdays and Fridays, that's your watering day. You're going to go out there, and you don't have to water a whole lot. But appropriate placement and consistency is the key for our shallow soils.
Now we've got a huge selection, a wonderful selection of recommended trees here at Milberger's. Right. Do we know if the CPS rebate is still in place?
No, that ended April 30th. I believe they had enough funds to go all the way through April, and so that's ended. And the rebate will not occur again until middle of October. So that's gone. But that's a lifetime. It's up to 5 lifetimes. So you always have an opportunity to get a tree and plant it in the right place and start saving energy. And or as I like to say, trees are always cool, clean cash. So cool. Clean. They clean the air.
Gotcha.
Clean the air and water. And cash, they provide financial remuneration.
You don't think Milton will remember that, do you?
No, probably not.
I tried. That's an old one. That's like 40 years old. That's the one I created about 35 years ago. Trees are always cool, clean cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. The number to call to be a part of the show. So, Mark, what'd you find out there?
Well, as Trace had mentioned, we have some new stuff out there, but it's just new to what Calvin had also promoted. So we have a lot of peppers out there.
Okay, good.
We still have peppers out there, the Aladdin and the Aristotle mostly, and then a few other ones, some banana peppers out there. We have okra. In limited supply. We're hoping for a new one to come through. Squash, both crook and straight neck. And then eggplant. We have eggplant out there.
Really? What selections?
We have Black Beauty out there. So I'm still keeping an eye on for my favorite, of course, is Ichiban. And then we also have some bush beans transplants out there. So you can still get into the bush bean parade, if you will.
And of course, bush beans southern peas both are very easy to grow from seed.
Yeah. So that's what I said. Always, you can always grow them until it gets really, really hot in mid-June.
Well, but southern peas,
southern peas,
won't bother them a bit.
Yeah. That's why they get a gold
black-eyed
star.
peas and Crowder is one of those that works well.
I know. By the end of the show, we'll remember all of those, the 3 or 4. They didn't have any fennel out. I mean, they didn't have any parsley out there.
No,
but they had fennel, which is close relative, and then of course they did have sage, and they had rosemary, and then they also have thyme out here.
never gets old.
Black swallowtails will love that.
Yeah.
Those are all the black swallowtail.
So yeah, dill, fennel, rue,
parsley.
Parsley is the other one. How could I forget parsley?
All right, so lots of cool stuff there. The peppers sound fun.
Yeah. Yes, and it is pepper season. What I always like to say, summer, and what Calvin had intimated is peppers, okra, eggplant. That's the summertime vegetables that you can grow.
All right.
It's year round.
Yeah,
Well, and
year round.
Absolutely.
Another couple other vegetables that we mentioned. We don't want to be planting them now, but we do have to. It's almost time to harvest them. Potatoes. Potatoes are blooming now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, explain that again. So when the potatoes are blooming, you can get your new potatoes.
Yes, you can start harvesting then.
And then you can harvest all the way until when the tops turn brown.
That's right. That works well.
Very cool. You want to come on the air with us?
I can.
Yeah, grab that microphone and you'll be on the air, okay?
Yeah, that looks. That looks like
Here.
a good selection.
And it's autographed too. Here, grab the mic.
You
Roger Torrey?
Grab the mic and tell us what you got there.
Signed by Roger Torrey Peterson.
Cool.
Okay, so
When was that?
there you go. What you got there?
Published?
It's a field guide. A while ago, you guys were talking about field guides.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
And I said that was a classic.
yeah,
That's
and
cool. What
I've
you-
got that one. It's number 205,
Oh my goodness, really?
autographed by Mr. Peterson himself.
No relation, by the way.
No,
Yeah, I saw that.
that is
Let
great.
me show it to you guys.
How'd you get it?
I bought it at North Star Mall,
Way back in the
81, way back.
Okay.
1980.
okay.
And when I first saw it, I thought, well, that's a lot of money for that book.
Yes.
So I left. And then I started thinking, why is it so expensive?
Yeah.
So I went back. And then I went through the pages and I saw that it was autographed. I said, I have to have that one.
Oh, yeah.
Have you looked up its value?
I have not.
Oh, okay. I wonder
Well,
what
but
it is.
I have not.
Well, it's got two values. It's got this value as being produced
Right.
Yeah. Look
by
at it.
this great
Even-
author, but
even
it's
has
also
a-
Yeah, the cover art.
the guidebook is
Kind of a
wonderful.
cool rack, or what do you
Now,
call it, cover?
I would be hesitant to use this edition out bird
Oh,
watching.
I didn't do it out on the
Yeah.
field. It's
Because,
a field
yeah,
guide,
you-
but it's an indoor field guide.
Yeah, you have a tendency to drop them. You get you're in wet areas, dirty areas.
And
fall down.
I have other field guides by Peterson. I have some that are the Golden Books.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
There
the
you go,
Golden
thank you.
Books,
Yeah.
and it's they're with the drawings by Arthur Singer. I've got those, and then I got a big book that's Birds of the World, also painted. The paintings by Singer himself.
Wow, this is
I've got
neat.
the Life of the Hummingbirds. I think it's Alexander Scutch and Singer did the paintings in it.
So there's lots of choices, and they all
And
make up.
now we're going to ask you, where in North Park did you go to get it?
Northside Mall.
Yeah.
I got it at Northside Mall way back when. That bookstore is no longer there.
Oh no, I didn't. That's why I'm asking. It
Yeah.
was not like half price, but it was a full price.
No, it's
but-
full price.
Yeah.
Do you want to see? I googled this is the book, right?
It is.
Okay. It's autographed. Did you want to see what their asking price is? Okay. Put
it's
that
like
away.
It's like a game show.
Wow.
Say pull the.
I don't know if they'll get that or not, but wow.
Yeah.
So
I had no idea. I paid like $99 for it,
okay.
and I thought it was expensive. back
So
then.
it's online. Can I tell people what it's selling for online? So you don't. Well, I don't want you to get mugged on the way
wait
out.
till it gets
Oh,
back
go
into
ahead.
his car.
We better get
We may need security.
bodyguard.
Yeah.
so-
Well, cool. Well, thank you for showing that to
Okay,
us, man.
surely. Like I heard you guys talking about field guides, and I was going to bring others, but I thought no. it's too
Nah,
much.
this is
Well,
cool.
you have-
That's a great piece right there.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
it.
it.
Yeah.
This is the holy grail.
Yeah, it is. It is.
For me.
That's practically in new condition too. That's great.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I bet you can get more than that. I'm just saying, or at least that. I don't know.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
I
I
know.
appreciate it for coming in.
Where do you recommend for birding to go and to do?
Around here, I haven't done a lot.
Okay.
Mitchell Lake always works.
Yeah.
Yes, Mitchell Lake.
Even the botanical garden is not bad. And if you're a lot of neighborhoods are wonderful. We were talking about this earlier, but in a typical neighborhood like mine at Medical Center, it's not unusual. In the course of one season, they have 50 different species. Especially if you provide water or you've got good cover.
I mostly like the coast.
Okay.
I like
Yeah.
Corpus.
It's wonderful.
I like Corpus, Blucher Park.
Or the valleys.
I've-
There's so many environments, and every one has a different set of birds.
I'm going to see the whooping cranes. Take that boat out, and
Oh, very fun.
it is. It
Yeah.
was exciting.
Cool.
So-
Well, thank you, man.
Good.
All
Tell
right,
us-
guys.
Tell us your name, Air Force.
My name is Joe.
Thanks, you, Joe. You call back. Put that thing up.
Absolutely. I had no idea.
I don't know whether that's real or not, but
Well,
wow.
this is like Antique Roadshow here.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
210-308-8867. You take care, buddy.
Thank you.
210-308-8867. Got a question from the crowd? Will you come on the air with us?
Sure.
Okay. Grab that mic. You'll be on the air. How can we help you?
It's very easy.
Yes, we have a tree in our backyard. I think it's an oak tree, but we think it's sick. And so we're trying to figure out what we can do to help this tree so it doesn't fully die.
Okay.
So do you mind if I show you guys pictures?
Yeah.
Show this guy.
Okay. There's like a far away one, and then we have closer ones. So you can just...
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so I hope that's a good yeah.
No. Not a good idea.
Or hopefully it can come back.
Mark's looking at it now, even as we speak.
Yeah. It looks like a southern red oak or even Shumard oak. They don't belong here in South
They do not
America.
belong here.
Yeah. They're very cheap.
Okay, it was a home build, so
I know,
that would
that's
make
why
sense.
I'm like rolling my eyes and going,
Oh, great.
Okay, so here's what we can do. We're going to mulch the area really well.
Okay.
No Mount Popos, no volcanoes.
Okay.
So it's flat. It's an inch and a quarter. Milton, by the way, what's on sale today?
Mulch.
Mulch?
Mulch,
Yeah.
yes. Pine bark mulch, one of my
Okay.
That's right. Okay.
Okay, so we'll mulch it.
So 3 feet radius,
Okay.
so 6 feet diameter. So
Okay. Okay.
and we're looking
Our
at the
little kids.
at the children.
Hold on.
But so it's going to have a rough life. Make sure that don't fertilize it right now.
Okay.
Wait till the fall, and
Okay.
then you're going to water it, but water it consistently.
Okay.
And that. So
Do you think it should come back? Which is
it can come back.
Mulch and
I'm
watering.
always the hopeful one, the optimistic one.
okay.
I'm
if
not
it-
quite as hopeful.
No.
It's a Schumart.
Yeah.
They-
But if we don't see a marked improvement come September,
Okay.
then let's look at an October where CPS will have a rebate program, and you come over here to Milberger's and we'll get you a good tree.
Oh, okay. How does that program work?
That's easy. It is you purchase the tree, take your receipt, and send it into CPS.
Oh, okay.
Now you have to put it on the correct side of the house.
Okay.
Hopefully that's not on the north side.
Mark, for her and her family, but also for the rest of the audience, talk about that problem with the the red oak.
Yeah, I was going to kind of summarize that. So, like I said, those oaks are the southern red oak definitely does not belong here. Some shoe-marked oaks, no problem. Some, not so much.
Okay.
So, but it's an easy grow, and so the builders like it a lot like that. So,
okay.
So the shoe-marked is more of a crap shoot on that. So.
Do these ones just die quickly here? And
no, they don't tolerate our weather conditions or our soil.
Oh, okay.
Alkaline soil.
They don't like it.
They prefer a neutral to or an acidic soil, depending on the species.
Okay.
And that's why. But I said you could, get a dramatic response out of it
with the mulch and consistent
with the mulch
water.
and compost. That's about as mild fertilizer as I would go on.
Okay.
Now there are the red oaks that
yes
do really well here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they look a lot alike, but it's pretty obvious. One is going to be dark green and one is going to be
so I would also go inside and get some Iron Plus, high yield Iron Plus.
What is it? Iron Plus?
Okay, it's a chelated iron product.
Iron. Okay.
So it is in a form of iron which the tree can absorb.
Oh, okay. Is it powder?
It's powder.
It's a powder.
It's granular.
Comes in a powder. It comes in a liquid.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it came in a liquid, but I use the granule.
Okay.
Well,
perfect.
So, and again, let's. I think it will come back.
Okay.
I hope it will come
I hope
back.
I'm not coming back in September.
However, in October, you go, hey, come back again.
Okay.
Or call in and say, I didn't see it dramatic, and say we're at a point in time where we could probably get you one,
different.
And particularly with a CPS rebate.
Okay.
CPS
Perfect.
Energy, sorry.
All right, good to know.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
You too. Thank you for coming in. All right, we're going to take a break just so people know. Now, I did realize I'm looking at biblio.com, so I hope I haven't led Joe astray. This is the 1947 edition of Peterson's book, is selling for $1,500 online.
No. He's going to go get a new loan and
he may be disappointed if his is from the 80s, but that's pretty cool. All right.
Oh, I missed all that. I was talking to the young lady.
I know.
So.
Yes, the book that I was looking at biblio.com is from 1947. His is it is autographed, but I don't know if that was.
The condition was wonderful.
Yeah, that's Milton Glueck.
Sorry, Joe, but look it up online. It could be worth a lot. All right, 210-308-8867. Back in a moment on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. To Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. You heard us talking about it before. Mark your calendars. You're going to want to be there. That's the San Antonio Festival of Flowers, the 25th annual Festival of Flowers on Saturday, May 31st, 2025, from 9 to 5 at the Shrine. This is the premier gardening event of the year, and it is so cool. There's the plant exchange, which is a whole lot of fun. Where you can bring plants in. And this is all, I'm looking at Festival of Flowers, sanantonio.com, which gives you all the instructions on that. And then you can just go ahead and you get a ticket for your plant, and then all the guidelines are on there too at San Antonio Festival of Flowers. I'm sorry, at Festival of Flowers, sanantonio.com. But yeah, there it is right there. There's the exchange. Maximum of 20 plants per person, 10 seed packets, all the rules and regs are right there. But yeah, it's so much fun, and people love it. They look forward to it every year. They start growing right afterwards on, what was that? So June 1st, they'll start growing for the May 1st one of next year, or the May 31st one of next year. So anyway, so what you want to do is mark that calendar. You have seminars, you have kids events, you have all kinds of plant experts that are going to be around. You have nonprofits that do plants, they'll be there. Kids gardening, I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but anyway, so that's the San Antonio Festival of Flowers, and it's May 31st at the Alzafar between Blanco and Stone Oak Parkway on the outside of the loop. Tickets are $10 for adults. Children 10 and under are free, and the parking is free.
And there's always
It's
plenty.
co-hosted by Saws, too. Can you not hear yourself?
Nope.
Okay, so it's co-hosted by Saws, who are also giving away plants in that first part of the thing.
And there are going to be people talking too?
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah, lots of seminars. David is going to be there.
Even David will be there.
I know, David will be there too. That's better.
Even David.
Yeah. Did you have a question, ma'am? Yes, I do. Come on. Well, can you come on the air with us? We're just doing a radio show.
Oh, come on.
You'll do great.
You do great.
You will. Here's a mic. You're on
There's
the
a
air.
microphone.
I'm going to give Trace
All right.
my mic.
Okay. Now, you're going to show us a picture?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Ooh.
And it's been in the ground for a long time. I want another one.
Oh, no, this is a Trace question. It's because Trace always has to teach me on this.
Watch me not know.
No, it is. No.
So that's an allocation.
Yeah. So tell us again on how to explain these two
All right, so 2 classes.
yeah.
So there are.
Well,
thousands
it's a
of-
big floppy ear. No, it's not necessarily floppy. It's the big elephant ear type things.
So
And this is different.
The floppy one is a colocasia, and the one she's got a picture of is an alocasia because it should have rigid veins. I might have 1 or 2.
That would
We
be
can
wonderful.
Go look. That look like that. There are tons that don't look like that that
Yeah,
are in the
there's
same
tons
family
and tons
too.
and tons.
Just point me in the right direction.
You're
and
not gonna find it by yourself.
You get personal Millburgers. You get personal
service.
Personal
Cool.
service.
Well, thanks for coming on the air
No,
with us. That
but
was great.
thank you, because as soon as I looked at it, I went, oh, yeah, this is a Trace one.
All right, we got James on the line at 210-308-8867. What's going on, James? Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. I got a question. Just by chance, and I haven't seen them in a long time, I picked up 2 in 4-inch pots, African violets this morning. So timely for Mother's Day. My wife likes them, and I used to grow them for her, but it's been a few years. So since these are just off the cuff or not planned, I know at home, I'm heading home, I have some cactus soil mix, succulent mix. Will that suffice when I pot these up, or do I need to get some special mix for African violets?
Well, I think African violets they'll grow on anything actually, but yeah. Don't you remember you probably quit growing them because they took over your household?
No, I was growing them in a window, and they did great for many years. And the last ones we've had several over the years, but the last 1 or 2 I had kept having a problem with the white fungus of some sort, and finally did them in. And that leads me to my next question. I still have those African violet pots, those ceramic type pots, 2-piece pots. The plant goes in one, then it goes in a reservoir of water, a pot. So since those had plants in them that had a disease or something on them before, should I bleach those pots out first, would you recommend? Or peroxide or something? Or not necessary?
Well, I think that would be the best. I don't. After all these years, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was last week, yeah, I would like the peroxide. The bleach,
Peroxide.
it just kind of leaves.
If it was easy, that would be a reasonable process.
But okay, so now if I remember correctly, African violets are one of those plants that really enjoy being soaked in a sink for a little while, completely, and then dried out
Every week.
Yeah. If I
Well,
remember
it
correctly.
sounds like James was successful.
Yeah,
at
you were
doing it.
really successful, sir.
Oh, yeah. I've grown them a lot. It's just, yeah.
You know,
I haven't been able to find any in quite a while, so I was glad to find
I can't
any this
imagine
morning.
that they wouldn't survive in that cactus soil, but if they survive in almost other soils, but if the cactus soil is kind of a relatively expensive mix, you could save that and just use another type. But if you got it available, just use that. It's probably very coarse and the drainage is more than you'd
It's
want
good.
for African violets.
Maybe I'll do a mix of that with some regular potting soil. What do you think about that? Like a 50-50.
That would be a good compromise.
I'll
There you
do that. Okay. Second thing, when I had African violets previously, I had a special liquid fertilizer. I think it was Miracle Grow brand. I could be wrong. Might have been Peters. I don't know what it was. But you put so many drops in like a quart of water, and it was real successful. I don't have that anymore. But I do have the Miracle Grow 15-30-15. You think that would be okay on these plants?
Is that one you mix in the water? Oh yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. So the water is the key. The liquid fertilizer is best.
Gotcha. Right. Of course. Okay. That's what I'll do. Oh, and y'all were talking about corn last week. People growing corn. I'm out here in the country, in the general vicinity of Verstuff, and man, there's acres and acres of corn out here. I just passed.
It's just
Let's
see.
Is
What
it
is
sweet corn or is it, like I said, commercial corn?
I don't know, to be honest with you. If memory serves me, sweet corn is shorter than field corn. Is that right?
Usually.
Yeah, shorter and thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I should have stopped and sampled a couple of ears.
Well, let's see. It's only the middle of May.
Yeah.
And we generally.
Well.
In Minnesota and Michigan.
Yeah, it was.
July 4th was supposed to be knee high.
Yeah.
Well, here we generally harvest by July 4th.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the difference. Here I would go mid-June. That's when my harvesting time is.
Well, whoever's growing this corn surely is not for their own use because they be eating corn forever.
Yeah.
They got to be growing it commercially. Yes. All right. I appreciate it. Happy Mother's Day to everyone tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, James.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Appreciate it. We seem to have lost our host.
Our radio professional?
Well, we're getting to the point where
y'all are almost professional.
Yeah, we can get to that point. Well, fortunately, the music is, so we're going to sign off until a commercial break here.
Yes.
And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas, on a beautiful South Texas day. Ooh, there's some nice fluffy clouds out there.
Look to the north.
Oh, that's good, right?
Well, it's not after 6 yet.
It will be, but historically it will.
I saw a percentage well before 6.
Oh,
not
really?
a big percentage.
Let me look at weather.gov.
And then when David was doing his seminar, I felt this cool front come through. And I had to look up. I couldn't find any clouds at that point.
Well, if those clouds are any indication, yes, it will be before 6.
Okay.
Let's just hope it's after 2.
No, it needs to be after 6.
I know, but I'm just personal
and
here.
And before 10.
Yeah.
20% chance after 4, it says. Okay. 20% chance tonight before 8 p.m.
Okay, well, it's dark and threatening in the north.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are pretty optimistic if you're thinking a 20% is going to come. Although, yesterday. So the same thing. We got downtown at just a smidgen, but the clouds looked big drops. But it looked a lot more threatening.
Yeah.
Than what we got.
Oh, by the way, whether you believe it or not, whether you believe they do anything or not, the Sinisa are looking gorgeous.
Really?
Have you seen them around? Oh, gosh, yeah.
And mine aren't blooming.
Mine aren't blooming, but by the airport, oh, my goodness. That thing is full of purple.
It's because it rains more at the airport.
Oh, does it? Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Taking a guess.
Okay.
What did you say, the rain gauge? I was going to say the weather station for official readings is at the airport.
Is at the airport, yeah.
No. Okay. But anyway, they look gorgeous. I'll take a picture and bring one tomorrow. But 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. I think we may have a question coming up, or he's looking at plants. Okay.
Oh, so I went back during one of the breaks and look at the types and varieties of chelated iron.
Oh, okay.
Because Trace Wynn helped this young lady who had I saw either Southern Red Oak or Schumacher Red Oak. I didn't know we had so many. We had like 5 or 6 different varieties or products for chelated iron.
3 different powders and 1 different liquid.
Yeah. So, yes, that's impressive. It used to be for a long time we had a very, very expensive product and then a not so expensive product, but that was pretty good. Sequestrin 138, which nobody could find, and if they did find it, it was your child and a quart of blood to pay for it.
Oh. Thank you.
Only a quart.
You know, one of the things that's on sale are those sculptured plants.
Topiary?
Yeah. That would be kind of a cute Mother's Day gift, too.
Yeah, the Eugenia, I think, are what you're talking about. So it is a tropical plant, so much better off grown in a container and moved in and out for cold.
Yeah, on a patio or so.
Yeah, we've had them situated in the sun. We've had them situated in the shade. We've had them in the greenhouse. They seem to tolerate just about anything.
And and what was the name of that plant?
Eugenia.
Okay.
So
And
it grows relatively quick. That's why they can make the topiaries out of it at a reasonable price. You start looking at something that same shape in a boxwood or a juniper or a ligustrum, it can be double the price.
Yeah. So that was the classic one, is they often used juniper on those spiraling topiaries. So that's interesting. Now, is that cold or drought resistant? Do you know?
The Eugenia?
Yeah,
it's a tropical.
Okay.
So if it's left out for any kind of cold, it's dead.
Okay.
So it's
That's good to know.
Container growth.
Hang on,
Container
Diane.
growth brought in and out for cold.
All right.
But they are interesting. They make a nice feature. If you got a patio, kind of a personalized patio situation, a few of those in there would really add a lot. And then, of course, citrus is another one. If you got some citrus in your landscape and close to the patio, that always is really attractive.
Yeah.
The blooms and the fragrance. And
I think we were talked about it last week that is a very highly requested Mother's Day plant.
Yes. Trey said limes and lemons.
Limes.
Diane has a question about one of my favorite plants. 210-308-8867. What's going on, Diane?
Hi there. We pulled a Texas sage, out of a large old container and repotted it in the front of my house, which gets early morning sun, and then that also gets sun from the afternoon because it's on the end of the property where the oaks don't really give it any shade. And it totally croaked on me. It dried up, and I went over and got a new one, a small one, El Dorado, I think is the name of it. And I just want to know what I need to do. I'm going to put it in the same tub that the one that just shriveled up on me. It's only been in the ground in the new place for about 2 weeks. But, I mean, it shriveled everything on it, all the leaves, everything. I'm going to take it and put it in a pot in the back and just see if it'll come back. But I want to plant the brand new one in that front tub. So what do I need to make sure that I do for it to make sure it catches on? It's El Dorado.
Did you say it was Silverado? Sun?
Silverado.
Or Silverado. Uh-huh.
First thing is always make sure the pot is actually draining properly.
There you go.
Okay. Well, the pot doesn't have a bottom on it. It's a big pot that has no bottom, and then I filled it with potting soil. And I used just regular dirt potting soil. I didn't get anything fancy because I thought it would be, prolific and not die on me. But that's what's in the tub right now. And I just want to put this new one in there to replace the one that's just looking awful.
Well, did it stay soggy?
No, it has real good drainage. Now, we did water it really heavy when we first planted it. But then, we've had a lot of rain, and I didn't water it real heavy. Does it take less water? Maybe not. Like right now when I plant it, water it well and then leave it alone?
No. Yeah, a container plant, even when with the rain we've had, the container plants dry out in 2 or 3 days. And you have, I suspect it dried out rather than it was soggy. Because, you kind of have to set a schedule. Now, there you would do at least twice a week, I think.
So you want to make sure it's moist, not sopping wet. This is a xeric plant, so you're going to have to initially be a little moist, but you're not going to dump the water around.
Don't drown it.
And so scheduling is real important.
Now, tell me again, was it full sun?
It's in full sun, yes. Okay. And I thought, and I had watered it in between. It was flowering, and then all of a sudden just nothing. So I bet you it probably did dry out, because when I went to test the soil on it, when my neighbor said, "What's wrong with your sage?" and I put my hand down in there, it was pretty dry.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
So, David, Trace and I were talking about when you pulled it out from one to the other, you said all the soil just fell out, or the bottom fell out, or I didn't quite.
Yeah, it did not have a bottom on it. What we did was pull it, and we thought we had gotten the taproot and all of that on that plant. And then when we planted it in the new potting mixture, and we took the soil that was around it originally and also put that in the tub with it, and but it didn't do well at all. And I didn't know
you had it in one container and then you put it in another container.
It was the same container. We just moved the container, but we had to pull the plant because we moved it from the backyard to the front yard.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, in either case, a good schedule that you keep, again, moist, not wet.
But I think it's a container that's well drained. It's almost impossible to have too much water.
Yeah.
Okay.
So be inclined to keep it wet. And I like that idea of you touching the soil.
There you go. I just want to say.
Mm-hmm. Your finger is always going to tell you the right answer.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I say.
I need to keep it moist enough that when I put my finger down in the soil, it's moist on my finger. At the tip of my
or
finger.
damp. Yeah. To your middle knuckle in the root ball of the new one.
And Mark made a good point. That's one of the few plants there that you can let dry out, but just keep in mind if it's in a container and it's well drained, if there's any doubt whether it's got enough water, go ahead and water it.
Okay, gotcha. All right, better that I would have it be a little bit more moist than let it dry out.
No, better that you have it a little drier, but don't let it ever dry out.
Okay, gotcha.
In the beginning, you're only checking the soil moisture in the original root ball. If you're checking the outside's always going to be wetter than the root ball.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Good luck. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Tell us what happens. 210-308-8867. 210-308. Did Mark break it again? He broke it again.
No, it wasn't me.
Man. We can't have anything nice at this house.
There you go.
Mark breaks everything.
Oh, I don't.
All right, 210.
Not everything.
210-308-8867. I don't know, Trace. It's looking gray.
It's looking like 80% that it's not going to rain?
It's looking like 70% it's not going to rain.
Okay.
I'll look at the radar, but I don't think I saw anything.
I didn't see anything.
Okay. Well, let's see. We've got a few minutes left. People can still call in, 210-308-8867. Let's see. What else do we want to kind of focus on? Yes,
well,
sir?
I just want to, again, let's thank the new Master Gardener chapter in Wilson County and the Wilson County News and all those people that came to the class on Thursday evening. It was a great class, filled it up, distributed 75 different milkweeds, and had a wonderful discussion. And I think the Master Gardeners gained some members.
Oh, good.
And then, of course, we, individuals that are interested in supporting the monarch population, we gained some advocates for that and people participating, too. So thank you again, and keep in touch with us. We do have everybody's name and number, and we will be following your success with the transplanting and the germination.
I'd love to hear people from Wilson County and their successes and failures.
Well,
mostly successes.
that's kind of a different milkweed area too because of the sandy soil.
Yeah, it's sandy. So and what did you find on your research? Which does better in that sandy soil?
Well, actually, you got a couple of choices. The Zizodi is over there, and the antelope horn. So and even the green, they're kind of in the border. But it is kind of a new territory for us. So I'm not absolutely sure which is going to be the dominant of the participants that were at the class.
Let's help Steve out at 210-308-8867. Hi, Steve. Welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas.
Hey there, guys. Thanks for doing the show. Really appreciate you.
What's happening?
I got a question about. I'm a full-time worker, part-time, wannabe full-time gardener kind of guy. So I've got a huge tomato garden. I've got lime tree, peach tree, and so I planted an Arbequina olive tree. Just this is all kind of funsy stuff, right? So it's been in the ground for about a year and a half. So I've got a main stalk or shoot, if you will, right? And I've trimmed off all the small little branches that are close to the ground, like maybe 2-3 inches off the ground, and it's starting to want to shape up into a real tree. And so I didn't know if those olive trees are more like a bush, or do I need to train this like a tree? So I've got like one main stalk coming up, and I've got like one about half that size shooting up along with it, growing kind of like you were talking about the sage earlier, right? More of a bushy type thing. So is this going to turn into like a tree with one main stalk that I need like prune it for that?
What was it, an olive?
Yeah.
So
Arbequina olive tree.
Oh, okay.
It should be a naturally multi-trunked tree, kind of like a vitex or a crepe myrtle would do. You can trim it to not do that, but
I would go for the single trunk, but
I would be. I'm kind of with Trace. I would be careful because they don't grow very fast, and you don't want to cut the leaves off.
That I'm also looking at that lower growth is protecting the trunk from summer heat.
I got
so there's different advantages and disadvantages to either method.
I know with some of these trees that if you if I've got two kind of main stalks, if I'm looking for one main trunk, if I tied them together, would they eventually form into one trunk?
They would fuse together in an odd shape, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, so my main question was, I can probably look it up, but I just was curious what you guys' opinion was about how to train this thing, because I'm to the training phase. It looks, it's really starting to take off this spring, and so I just want to make sure I'm doing this tree right for the future. Should I put a main post support for that main shoot that's coming up, or should I just kind of let it do its thing?
I would not, unless it was very thin and very tall.
I don't think I've ever seen
it. It is very thin. It is very thin and very tall right now. I'm a feeling like if we get like a big storm come through, it could just break that thing in half. It's just like I've got one main thing coming up. It looks like that wants to be the mothership trunk, if you will.
Generally, the rule of thumb is that you leave it out for no more than 1 year, and you are adding the guys from the two stakes in the ground, and they're about 30 inches above the ground.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, no, don't stake it any higher than 30 inches or so.
Well, generally, that's about a third of the way of the planted tree, of a regularly planted tree. So no more than a third of the trunk.
I want to go backwards. All right, so there's something called a trashy trunk. And so that theory requires you leaving the lower growth, keeping it cut in to be maybe a foot, but you still have foliage and stuff there, which feeds the trunk, which gets the trunk thicker faster.
I got you. Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. No. But both are should be done on the tree. So, and that's the reason. And you don't want it tight on the guys because you want it to flex a little bit, where that produces the reaction wood, which produces the thicker trunk.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't going to tie it too tight to a stake. I just was afraid this really thin. It looks like it wants to be the home run trunk. I just didn't want it to break in half. It's so thin, but it's a good shoot. I bet at least 30 inches to 36 inches off the ground now.
Hey, Steve, we need to run, okay? We're up against the end of the show. So give us a call back tomorrow, too, man. Glad we could help.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, we're going to wrap up for today. On behalf of the guys, thanks to Al for doing a great job. All the good calls we got today and the visits, too. So we're back here tomorrow. If you missed your chance, give us a call. I'm Milton Glueck. We'll say goodbye for today. You've been listening to Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's at 1604 on Boulevardy Road.